Hey, thank you for checking out Abraxas Precipice, the Expanse role-playing game actual play. I'm John, the game master of it all, and this is a way to kind of review, get caught up on the series. Quick overview of Phase 1, Before the Wake. Before the Wake takes place during the events of Leviathan Wakes, or Seasons 1 and a little bit into the first half of Season 2 of the show The Expanse. We follow several characters along this phase. The characters are Myrtle Cooper, an ex-UN Navy quartermaster, Wyatt Thompson, an ex-MCRN military police, Jackrabbit DeLeon, a belter and former slingshot pilot, Onyx Mundos, a belter mechanic, and Abby DeBow, an Earther OPA sympathizer. On Tycho Station, they are hired by the Mormon Church to find two missing scientists on the Nauvoo project. They find out that a lot of belters are missing too, and track down a private security firm that has been kidnapping people. Stealing the security firm's ship, they head to an abandoned asteroid, 532 Herculina, where they find the scientists have been enlisted to research cryogenic space travel and are experimenting on the belters. Returning to Tycho Station with only one of the captured scientists, they meet up with Abby's girlfriend, Captain Claire O'Rourke of the Princess Sella. She needs extra help with a trade with an extremist OPA faction on Prometheus Station. The crew is accompanied by Remy Rizal, her XO. The trade is ambushed by a third party in all black, very advanced military gear. The cargo to be traded is stolen from the Princess Sella, and both Claire and Remy are killed, but not before transferring control of the modified light frigate, the Princess Sella. Escaping Prometheus Station, they find a stowaway, a woman named Diana. Diana offers good money to the crew to get her to Mars, but asks to stop and investigate an odd news signal coming from the Jovian system. The news station predicted the fight on Prometheus Station and several other things that have happened to the Princess Sella. The crew finds that the signal originates from Callisto, the home of Mars' major shipyards. There, Diana has them meet with two colleagues, Rexor and Luca Shea. The crew figures out that they are Martian Secret Service agents. They find the source of the signal at Pyramid News Network, where the staff have been taken hostage by men in identical gear to the ones that ambushed them on Prometheus. Managing to defeat them, they find out from the PNN staff that they have been getting their information from a source within Mal Kwiatkowski, Mercantile on Earth. While the crew is busy, Dinah did a security sweep of the ship and found a custom-made listening bug from a company on Luna. In addition, the ship's transponder is reset and the ship is re-registered as the Sinclair. On Luna, the crew confronts the company and finds out that the bug was a special job for a person named Sebastian Pope, the owner of a very large conglomerate. During their travels, Onyx has been making odd sculptures with the spare parts on the Sinclair. The crew sets up an art show during which Onyx manages to sell some of his art for a sizable sum. Myrtle spends time with her family on Luna, revealing that her father is a retired UN Navy admiral. Contacting the source within Malquick, the crew is informed that they will only meet and share the information if they come to New York City. Wyatt is the only one that goes down the planet side. He finds that the source is Alina Vasquez, supply chain manager for Malquick. She began noticing odd movements in the chain and leaked the info to PNN as they believed her in hopes of finding out what was really going on. In addition, she believes that Sebastian Pope's team has the goods stolen on Prometheus and that their ship will be ambushed by one of Malquick's. The crew intercepts Pope's ship and boards it, taking the cargo before the other intercepting ship arrives. In the well-secured cargo, they find a suit of Martian power armor. Arriving at the capital of Mars, Londres Nova, the ship is kept on the docks. Diana is dropped off, but with Onyx's recent wealth, he has hired a brand consultant, Cordelia Kozlov. During a formal dinner, the crew is approached by Minister Beauregard Guan, the head of the Martian Baptist Church. They find out that he and his brother were the original owners of the Sinclair, but the two had a falling out. In investigating further into Guan, they begin to suspect that the ship's computer may contain some incriminating evidence that would threaten Guan's status on Mars. In exchange, Guan retrieves the data he wants from the ship and compensates the crew for their time. During all this, a lockdown on Eros begins, supposedly some sort of viral contagion, and Jackrabbit tries to contact her loved ones on the station. Myrtle wants to head back home to Ceres Station in hopes of checking on her business and seeing her wife, but Onyx is worried about his past catching up to him there. Before arrival, they are contacted by Anderson Dawes, the new governor of Ceres Station. He knows who their ship really belongs to and wants to make up for what happened to Claire on Prometheus. He hires the crew to investigate some recent bombings on the station, targeting inner-owned businesses. He offers the help of one Hank Haddox, an earther and former professional wrestler that is now living on Ceres. The prime suspect is the Voltaire Collective, an extremist OPA group known for their use of explosives and led by Katria. Their investigation finds that the Voltaire Collective did bomb some of the businesses, but always after hours and with no one around. The recent bombings have caused numerous casualties, including belchers, and are using less precise means. The crew gets an alert that someone has broken into the Sinclair. There they find a belcher named Jen digging through the ship's logs. They secure her, and she says she has a bob ready to kill the leader of the Voltaire Collective. The crew and Haddocks race to the square on Ceres, clear out the people, and find the bomb. Onyx disables it, but not before part of his hand is blown off. The crew takes Katria to Dawes, who explains to her that the new OPA cannot be bombing people. She implies that Dawes hired Jen to steal Voltaire Collective detonators to set public opinion against the Voltaire Collective. Dawes does not deny this, and explains to Katria she will be spaced if she continues to operate the way she has been. Diana gets back into contact with the crew, stating that she needs to get Sebastian Pope out in the open in order to figure out what exactly he's been up to these last few months. Pope attends the Titan's Ball on Titan at every opportunity, a place where the wealthy trade secrets and purchase the unpurchasable. She puts him in contact with a Martian Jesuit, Father Ignatius Yang, to escort the Opportunity rover, an item Pope has been after for decades. The crew poses as Yang's staff, and they infiltrate the ball, finding that Pope has instead sent a proxy. Finding the proxy, the crew confronts them during the auction, only for it to be ambushed by Captain Gwenda, a fellow pirate of Claire's. She demands Sebastian Pope. Chaos ensues with Jang disappearing in the crowd. The crew rescues Pope's proxy and are given information about him being active on Luna. With the help of a demolitions manufacturer, Jasper Grimes, the crew manages to get to the docks, open it, and escape into orbit. Back on Luna, the crew links back up with Abby, who has dedicated herself to finding those responsible for Claire's death. Abby sets the crew up with a fixer named Kazi. Kazi is looking to recoup a lost crate in exchange for information, namely one concerning a cryogenics project on Luna being kept on the down low. The crew acquires a crate, delivers it to Kazi. Kazi shows them an abandoned tunnel where he did the beats, telling the crew Pope's people always came from that direction. Abby stays behind, but the crew gets set up with vac suits and makes an excursion through the tunnels, that are now in hard vacuum. The tunnels eventually lead to a cargo dock with an airlock. Looking up information about the facility, it seems to be an abandoned smelting plant. Breaking in, they find cryogenics equipment, scientists, and several individuals on ice. Taking a scientist hostage, they make their way through the facility until Sebastian Pope appears on screen addressing them. He offers them a deal, but they refuse. He dispatches a security team and a firefight ensues. Wyatt is badly injured, but they manage to make it to Pope's office only to find he has fled on a shuttle to his luxury cruise liner, the Prinzessin Victoria Luis, that is in orbit. Calling down a pickup from the Sinclair, the crew makes it to the cruise ship. Boarding, they find the ship in disarray, with guests running in panic and numerous warnings coming from the engineering. Myrtle pilots the ship. Wyatt helps evacuate people, as his injuries are preventing him from helping more. Myrtle finds out that the UN Navy is distinctly distracted by some interaction with the MCR, Tycho Station, and Eros. Onyx and Jackrabbit find that the cruise ship is in a decaying orbit of Luna, and his reactor is offline. They attempt to confront Pope, but quickly surmise he has pumped some sort of foreign agent into the air vents, causing the panic. Heading to engineering, they find numerous individuals standing around. They are covered in a weird brown viscous substance. When approached, the individuals begin trying to grab Jackrabbit and Onyx. With the reactor sabotaged, Onyx sets it to self-destruct before its orbit fully decays as Jackrabbit holds off the vomiting zombies. As they push through the mass, one of the vomit zombies grabs Onyx and pukes on him. Returning to the Sinclair, they have evacuated nearly 100 people. They quarantine Onyx to the machine shop and leave the cruise ship. Sebastian Pope is presumed dead. Pulling up video feeds of the machine shop, they can see that Onyx's state has decayed. He is vomiting and not entirely responsive. Jackrabbit enters, speaking to Onyx before Onyx attempts to assault her. She fires one shot into his head. Our adventure continues with Abraxas Precipice on our 5 phases. We hope you enjoyed. Check out our podcast, check us out on Twitch, check us out on YouTube, and your favorite social media sites. Thank you.